Greetings again from Scouse Farm. Today I'm giving you a little short video of a little bit of a construction job I've been doing. I say construction, but basically just cut some wood up and do my best with some old screws I found to get a little raised bed made. But before I go in, from the outside now, since the car's moved, you can see how one small cutting of salvia has made this whole bush in 1 year. So it's about 2 years old, but even now going into October, you've got all these flowers on the front. It looks absolutely stunning, and a few people have asked for cuttings and I've made a few plants for them. So again, I love giving all these little bits of plant shrubs and flowers away when people ask. It's great. So a message to whoever it was who robbed my flowers: you don't need to steal them, just ask me and I'll give you some. Right, let's go into the zone. That's a lavender there that I placed in some crap soil. That's actually worked okay, so better than wasting it. If you remember, that's where the tomatoes were, and I've harvested what I could, but most were affected by blight, as you've seen from a previous video. And one of my neighbours, who's a roofer, he had some leftover 6B3 or 6B2 or something. I think it's 6B2, I'm not sure, but he had some boards left over anyway that were a bit smaller than scaffold boards, and I've just cut them to size, pulled back the slates, dug out a little trench around where the old one was, because it was just some scaffold boards in there and some paving slabs, nothing screwed together or anything. It was just temporary that ended up lasting about 6 years. So I thought, well, now I'm going to do it. I'm going to actually put some proper wood down and screw it together, and I'm quite proud of my little DIY project there. So it wasn't difficult at all. They just measured the size I wanted, cut the wood to size, and unfortunately I've got loads of crappy old screws in the toolbox, and they were popping off, the heads were bending and everything. So I've used a few, but there's still one sticking out there. I just banged it in so I don't catch my hand on it, but I'm happy with that. I've had to reduce the amount of soil in there because the other ones were higher, and this is just a low level bed. I'm not too sure what I'll do with it, but I've realised that I did plant some of that garlic in there, and you'll see in a second that it's only been in less than a week and it's already coming through, so that's a good sign. And at the back there was a load of chives that have been in for years, and I've moved them to a pot in the back garden and composted the rest of them. But let's zoom in now, and for Anthrob16, his channel, another YouTube channel, Anthrob16 is he does football related content, so if anyone is a Liverpool football fan, I'll leave a link in the description below to his channel, so get yourselves on there. And he puts up match reactions and live shows on match days and things, and talks about how we're playing well or not well, as the case may be sometimes. But he's as is in his own words, a simp for garlic. And there you go, mate. Dun, 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 dun. Already a little bit of garlic poking through. Get rid of that. So I'm happy with the super garlic. It is super, and it has started to put some growth on. And I did notice in another bed where I planted it, it started to poke through the surface as well. So that's excellent news. I'll just take you around to that now. Just past that mirror. And at the back here, I put some garlic, and I've put these down to stop the cats using it as a toilet. And you can see there, we've got some growth coming out, and that is the garlic that was recently planted. Happy days. Right, let's go into the back. Before I go in, that was what was pulled out. So there's the old scaffold boards that were pulled out. They were rotted in, snapping in half. And where is it? And I had also just some like paving slabs, but I think I've took them into the back garden. But that's that for now. Let's go in the back. Autumn's here. The cherry bush is dropping all of its leaves, so I'm having to pick them up all the time. Well, I'll just wait for a few more to fall. It's a bit of a laborious task if you just keep coming out every day to pick up leaves. And look at the tomatoes there. We've had a little bit of sun, so I'm leaving them to see if I do actually get a fully ripe tomato before I pick it. And some sort of bee or a wasp has moved in there. No, it's a bee actually. So there's a bee sitting on that one, and I don't know if he's gonna chomp his way through or not, but he can have it if he wants it. I'm not going to move him. He looks happy. And our little friend Sammy the spider, he's still around. It's difficult not to walk into his webs all the time. I think I've made him homeless about 3 times. I've evicted him about 3 times, but he just keeps making a new web in the same place. So he's a persistent little spider. And there are the chives that were in the bed that I've just finished constructing, and they were the first ever chives I planted many years ago, maybe 8 years ago or something. So I didn't want to just throw them all in the compost. I've put them in this pot, and they should stand back up, and hopefully I've got a nice container of chives that I can come out to use as and when I need them. Because at the minute this is the patch I go to, but that's looking a bit scraggly. That's looking a bit scraggly really, so I'm going to chop them back to the base and let them regenerate again. Oh my god, looks like the rain's coming. It's lied to us again. Right, I'm going to get in just in case the rain comes. Get me washing in. Pretend you didn't see that. So thanks very much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're a new customer. So it's free to subscribe. I know for some reason, and that's beyond me, YouTube put a button that says subscribe, but it's not financial. It's free to do. It's just basically means follow. Just means the more followers you get, the more chance you've got of YouTube putting your videos out there for more people to see. So that's great. If anyone new can just subscribe to the channel free, and then you can see many more videos like this, and one coming up soon where I'll be harvesting the rest of these apples. So have yourselves a nice weekend. And Scouse Farm, we'll see you all again soon.